Hello everyone, it is time for another edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Roll Cage TV. They say of me, he does the best he can with what he's got, which in my case is not a lot of talent, but it is a lot of announcements, a lot of polls, I guess. I keep forgetting to mention this during my earlier things, the earlier YouTube, my more recent YouTube episodes, but there should be on my poll right now, on my, and I don't have it to post anywhere, but in the description, you will, or not in the description, in a YouTube comment, you should see a link to a poll that I'm conducting, asking people on YouTube if they want to join a YouTube community. I can open up my YouTube channel to open up a community page where people can discuss back and forth. It's kind of like a miniature Discord, but I don't know. I'm going to conduct the poll for probably till the end of the year, and this is not going to go out until like beginning of December. So you'll have like a month in order to decide whether you want to join the YouTube community. If I do not get enough people saying yes, I will not open up the community, because then it would be worthless. But I'm going to need, I haven't said a number exactly, but I have a number in mind. I have not announced a number. I have a number in mind. If I get below that number, people saying yes, I will not do it. But also, if you're not interested, say no or pick one of the other options. Say, you know, I could take it or leave it, or whatever the other options I decided to put in that poll, which again, as of this recording, I've not done that. All right, announcements aside, let's get going. What I really need to announce is that I'm continuing my career. There it is. Career. And as usual, when I first start a new stream, it's been a week since I played, so I don't remember what I'm doing. I did not practice at all this week. I'm just going for it. It is a Grand Prix. All right, next session, Q2. Okay, great. So I made it out of Q1. Then did I do Q1? Yes, I did. I did Q1. I've got a time. I made it in the top 4 in Q1. How about that? I would have never expected it. And I have a good sir in chat. He said hi earlier, maybe in chat. Let's see, got tired of the sound of my voice and went in his room and closed the door, just like my roommates do. And it's not just while I'm streaming. Anytime I'm out and about, they go in their rooms and close the door. No, please, no. We've heard all your old man jokes before. No, no more. Leave me alone. Just go wear your pajamas somewhere else. Walk around in your pajamas somewhere else. Actually, I don't walk around with pajamas. I have a t-shirt and shorts on above my old man knobby knees.
For the second Moto3
running shorts.
Qualifying
running shorts, not boxing shorts. All right, let's see. Where am I? I qualified number 1 from Q1. Okay, since I have no idea, I have no remembrance of anything of this race. This should be quite interesting. Let's just get out there and do it.
Makes her way confident.
Yep, he makes his way to the track. I need to turn some sounds down here. Okay, I think I caught that in time. I actually started a turn before the autopilot went off. I'm so proud of myself. All right. Audio's down, I think, at a reasonable level. You would think that I would test this stuff before I start the stream, but no, nobody would think that if they knew me. They would know that I wouldn't test this stuff. Oh well. If you're watching on YouTube, I know I do get some people who like to watch the MotoGP 25 game. Yes, MotoGP 25 is still the latest version of this, but I'm probably going to be playing it for a few years, because I only play the game when I'm on stream. I'm trying to go through an entire career at least 2. I think I've decided at least 2 careers each or longer. I'm trying to win the championship. 2 careers each, meaning each motorcycle class. So 2 Moto3, 2 Moto2, and then 2 MotoGP. And hopefully in those 2, I will win an individual championship. If I don't win an individual championship, then I won't give up, and then I'll try again. If I think it's at all possible, I'll try again. I think it's probably possible. I've got the adaptive AI, and I am playing with the arcade experience, which I'll tell you, I tried MotoGP 20, thinking about I'd play that on stream, and oh no, there was no way. Motorcycle games recently have been my bane, my kryptonite. Those are different superhero things, aren't they? Have been my downfall. How many think when people say something is my bane, they think it's named after that character, that Batman character, rather than the other way around? Anyway, there should be a superhero called Kryptonite, so that further generations think that the element, the chemical element, is named after the supervillain. Yeah. Anyways, yes, I have tried several. I love motorcycle racing games. I played TT Man 2 and played it to death and loved it. And then I thought, well, I'll play TT Man 3 on stream. And it was horrific, my experience. It was way too difficult. I came in a distant last every time. So then I switched back to a auto racing game, which I finished up a bit ago, Grid Legends. And so then I tried TT Man. TT Man 3 was a disaster. I tried MotoGP 20, and it was also going to be a disaster. Maybe not as bad as TT Man 3, which unbelievably more difficult than TT Man 2. They got a different developer for it, and it's just a disaster as far as I'm concerned. For the casual player, utter disaster. They completely spit on the probably majority of their audience. There were casual players. The people that are, awesome players, are into the simulation of the game, they think they make up a majority, but I'm sure they don't make up a majority of the sales for the game. And so I don't know how TT Man 3 did. Hopefully when 4 comes out, it'll keep all the niceties and yet still give you the ability to actually play the game if you're at my level. There's no reason racing games can't scale down to be incredibly easy. All you have to do is slow down the opponents. But the AI was impossible. People I've talked to have loved the game. They said, "Oh no, I love the game, but I don't play the AI against the AI." And that's the thing. The people that play against the AI mostly, almost certainly the people that play against the AI are more casual fans, are more casual drivers. And so, the people that are really into it and are really skilled and whatever, they unless they're like streaming it for a YouTube series, they're playing against other people or just doing time trials and stuff. They have clubs of people they play against, other people that are good, and they don't play against the AI. Anyway. Yes, that game was impossible for me, and MotoGP 20 was going to be impossible. I was going to go back to an older auto racing game, this time a rally game, but I decided, no, I would, and not dirt rally, but a completely different one. But 25 came out, and I tried to, at the last minute, just before I had to make my decision, I was deciding to get the other one, but 25 was out by then. I tried 25 and had the arcade experience, and believe me, that saved me. So that's the fun part. And I could have, no. And I will rewind if I fall over, but I'm going to try not to fall over. I'm in 5th? How am I in 5th? I have no practice. Well, that'll change by the time I get done with this. Yeah, it always gets better and better every time. Also, just a fair warning, while I'm racing, it's really hard for me to read the chat. I can kind of glance at straightaways and see if there's a chat, but I can't read it. It's down at my side, so I can't even see who's the chat's from. I have Autobots running that have a blue stream elements, and they have a blue. They picked blue as their color, so if you have a medium blue or maybe darker blue color picked as your chat color, then I almost certainly will not see it unless I stop and scroll back, because they'll look the same as the other ones that I try to ignore, have to ignore. I try not to be too obnoxious with the stream elements. I have them all set, the timer messages, I have them all set to a prime number difference apart, so that they're less likely to come up at the same time. Like one is 23 minutes apart, one is 30, try to think of another prime number, 31 minutes apart. Some are like 17 minutes apart, or one, etc. They're all a little bit different. That way they come up less often. One is definitely 23 minutes apart because 23 is my favorite 2-digit number. That's why my bike is number 23. Yeah, this is not a turn I'm doing very well on. It does not look like it's that hard of a turn on the map. And I don't think the racing line is adequately wanting me to brake. No, you! I don't like you! You, go away! If I was in a race, I'd run him down. I see the racing line I don't think is adequate here, but I can see on the map that that's a sharp turn. I don't get to learn these things. I don't care enough to actually learn the courses all that well, to like practice them and get used to. And I don't have a good memory for these kind of things. I'm paying more attention to, what I'm going to say and stuff, to be quite honest, and just stayed on the bike that I am paying attention to how difficult certain turns are and memorizing the course. I play Dirt Rally 2 most Saturdays on stream, and or not most Saturdays. I play Dirt Rally 2 once a month on Saturdays on stream, and I've been playing Dirt Rally 2 since the day it came out. Racing games are my favorite genre of racing games. Rally racing games are my favorite subgenre of racing games, and Dirt Rally 2 is my favorite rally racing game. So in that sense, you can say it's my favorite game, because it's my favorite game of a subgenre of my favorite subgenre of my favorite genre, which I'm not willing to commit what my favorite overall game is. Although on Sundays I stream SnowRunner. If you're watching this on YouTube, you probably have to dig through all the SnowRunner videos to try to find the latest MotoGP video. There is, if you go on my homepage, there's a featured games. See, that does not look like it's that hard of a turn. There's a featured games on my homepage. There's a featured games section, and in there, if you open it up and go down to the end, you'll find the latest games I've played. I would love to put the current games up at the top of that list, but there's a bug in the Twitch, on the YouTube. Sorry, Twitch, I didn't mean to blame you for this. There's a bug in the YouTube page where you're supposed to be able to drag and drop those sections around, and the items within those sections you're supposed to be able to drag them around. You can't drag you can't drag the sections around for sure, and you can't drag. There's no way. There's never been a way to do that. I don't think. Or, no, the sections have drag bars. You're supposed to be able to change the sections by using the drag bars. All right. But you also can't drag the items within sections around. You can like unselect them all and then reselect them. Or for the sections, you can recreate them, you know, delete one whole section, which might have 20 playlists on it, and then, you know, recreate that section. If it's a section that has multiple playlists on it, you have to recreate all the sections, delete all the sections and recreate them all in order. So that doesn't happen. So, and it's got drag bars, but it doesn't work. I don't know, maybe it works on the Opera browser or something, but it doesn't work. And I've listed it as a bug, and I've never got a response, of course. I could try to contact Google support directly. There actually is a way of doing that. But since I'm not monetized on Google, I'm not even sure I can. I don't think they speak at all to plebes. I could use their I could use their AI chat support thing. But anyway, so I can't rearrange those sections, and I can't rearrange the items within sections. So things just get stuck at the end when I add them. The playlists themselves, fortunately, I can rearrange. The MotoGP 25 playlist is bingeable order from beginning to end, and it's likely to stay that way because I'm not expecting to have more than like 100 episodes. Some of the games I play, if there are multiple categories, and each category is 50 or so then I will create a whole section for it. So on my homepage, you'll see there's, for example, Dirt Rally 2, separate Dirt Rally 2. There's a whole section for Dirt Rally 2, and then there's three separate playlists for official clubs, 21, 23, 24, and then my club for 25, so I think it's 4. SnowRunner has a whole section to themselves, and there's 5 different playlists for the 5 different regions that I've started in, and those playlists, those sub-playlists are in bingeable orders, but the main playlist is still there. The main playlist under featured games is still there, and that's because I play so much of it. That's in latest at the top order, so you can catch up a little bit. But you poor MotoGP 25 fans, if you want to see the latest video, you either have to, if you just missed the video before this and you want to go see it, you have to just scroll down through the list till you find it, or just go back through my videos until you find the latest one. I've contemplated games that I'm currently playing to put them in latest first order and then switch them back to bingeable once I finish the series that are going to have less than 100 episodes or so. But then either way, if you're new to this series and you want to binge the whole thing, you're going to want to go back and see it from beginning to end. One thing I will never do is just leave them in some random order, which I see in a lot of playlists. It's one of my pet peeves. I have an order set to them, not the order that I just happen to post them in, or that I happen to add them in, or if I added one and manually put it in the middle or something. Fortunately, there was a bug. YouTube was not properly resorting them. If you say, I want them in published order, it was not resetting. It was not resorting those streams, but it is doing that now. So. Okay, how did I do? I qualified where? I remember I was in 5th place for a while. I'm in 10th place. That's not too bad. We have the race to go. And this is my opportunity to scroll back. Nobody's saying hey. Oh well. I do have a little chat window there on screen for those of you watching on YouTube. That's another thing that's just a me thing. Although I see a lot of people do it. But even though I don't get a lot of interaction with chat, and some people are annoyed because chat's constantly going and it's taking up part of their screen. For me, chat isn't constantly going, so I think my viewers, at least for the most part, can keep up with the few words that appear on that screen. And you can see behind it pretty well. But also one of my pet peeves is people that are say streaming on Twitch, or if they're streaming on YouTube, and then they post it to YouTube and they don't show the chat on the screen, so that only people that are there currently watching on stream, like on chat, can see the chat. And if you're watching the VOD later on Twitch, or if you're watching the YouTube posting, you have no idea what the person is talking about when they're responding to chat. So I like to see it on screen. If it's too much, I can pretty much ignore it. You know, if you get certain people that have bigger channels will inevitably show it on screen, and it's more annoying than it is helpful. Maybe they're just showing off how much chat they get, because they can't possibly respond to everything. Plus, a lot, you know, let's face it, when the chat is very busy on a big streamer's channel, it's usually full of BS that you don't want to see if you're just trying to enjoy the game. The other thing you're never going to see on my stream is face cam, because I hate face cam. I think it just takes up, speaking of taking up space on the screen, I think it just takes up space on the screen for serving no purpose. I don't care to see. I'm playing games here. I'm not playing like something that you want to see my reaction to. Oh, let's see his, I don't play scary games with jump scares and stuff, so you don't get to see my reaction to the jump scare. Or, I don't play chess on stream, which, arguably having the person's face there, one, doesn't, the chessboard is square, so it doesn't block the view of the chessboard, and two, maybe you want to see the person's, they make a good move. Maybe you want to see their smug look on their face or something. But, no, you were never going to see me play chess on stream. For one reason you won't see me play chess on stream is because I stream directly from the Xbox, and the Xbox, there's no game there's no app for like leadchess.org or anything like that. Just some cheesy chess apps. So I could stream a cheesy chess app against an AI, because those don't have any kind of multiplayer following. And there's no app, and the Xbox doesn't let you stream like just random whatever's on your screen. So I can't stream a web page, in other words, from directly from the Xbox. If I had a PC, and a capture card and all that stuff, I could do it. I could just capture whatever is on what shows up in front of me on the Xbox. But I don't have that kind of setup, and I'm likely to not have that kind of setup because I have long since given up on PCs. PC gaming I got rid of because, I'm an old retired guy. It's not only so much expense, but it's so much energy to try to keep a gaming PC up to date. And there's so much configuration you need to do, and then every time there's a Windows update, half your stuff breaks, and streaming on a PC is a real pain. So, yeah. It's got a lot of the thing about a PC is you have a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom. And there's a lot of like independent game stuff you can play, but you pay for that with a lot of headaches and maintenance, hardware and software maintenance and configuration maintenance. And so I gave that up years ago when I realized I was getting too old for it, which is kind of ironic because my entire career for decades was based on software development, not game development, but commercial software development, and always on PCs. But I guess I learned from that too what a pain in the butt it is. But I did software, so I didn't have to worry about the hardware stuff. You know, I was not a screwdriver guy, and I was not, even though I did for a period of time, and for a short period of time I was in charge of the people that did the IT maintenance. But information technology is what IT stands for. But it was a very small company, and you know, too many people in charge of too many things. I don't like to give away anything too specific about my past, but I was at this small company. There was title inflation going on. There was like a dozen people in the company, and like, you know, I was one of 2 different directors they had, and you know, also had a vice president and stuff, and the president. And everybody still did coding or customer support or sales, whatever. Everybody did. There was no pure managers at all in the company, but everyone got, you know, some fancy title of manager of this or director of this or whatever. I don't even have a warning yet. Oh, maybe the steward is giving me a warning out. No, I don't even have a warning yet, so that was for somebody else. So I'm not at fault for any of that. That's another nice thing about the arcade experience. You can turn down the enforcement pretty far. I can get a long lap penalty, which is something they have in the MotoGP racing. Rather than dangerously being forced to go into the pits and out, you have another area where you are forced to go long on a lap. I don't know if any racing circuit does that anymore, but it used to be before they came up with a long lap concert. You would get one of the penalties you would get would be forced to take a timeout in the pit lane. Basically, you'd have to go to the pit lane to your spot and then stop, and then a stop and go penalty. And that's just added traffic for the pit lane, which is really dangerous as it is. So, yeah, this is a separate section where you have to go through when you can't exceed a certain it's off the track and you can't exceed a certain speed limit and stuff. I was not familiar with the long lap concept until I actually started playing this version of this game. Or you can get time penalties, which is the most common way you do racing penalties these days. I don't know the history of it. If stop and go penalties were taken away in favor of time penalties, and then they decided for this particular circuit to bring back effectively time and go penalties, but long lap penalties instead. I don't know. It reminds me a bit of the wild card in the Joker laps. That's it. The Joker laps they would have in Rallycross. I mentioned Dirt Rally is one of my favorite racing games, and there's Rallycross in that. Dirt Rally 2. I don't know if Codemasters won the contract for World Rally Championship, and Dirt Rally 2 was the last game they did without the contract. They had the contract like 20 years earlier, and they finally re-won it. I hate this turn! Probably because they were in the process of being bought out by Electronic Arts, or they had already been bought out by Electronic Arts, and EA had the money to get the contract. Plus the other people had the contract. The games weren't that popular. But I don't know if they still have the rally in lieu of the World Rally Championship contract license. Well, there was a contract to get the license, but the license. It wasn't a contract to stay off my lawn. It was a contract to get the license to use the thing. They had the exclusive license to the World Rally Championship, or Rally Cross, instead of the World Rally Championship. Now they have the license to the World Rally Championship. I don't think they do Rally Cross anymore, and I don't know if the World Rally Cross Championship even exists anymore. Somebody that's into trash sports should probably wait, did I say that out loud? Somebody that's into, trash racing like NASCAR should let me know if they still have. I said that out loud again. Should let me know if they still do rallycross. I'm an American, and I still don't like NASCAR. So there you go. NASCAR 25 is out. I could buy it. I only buy those yearly titles every 5 years because to heck with them for trying to sell me the exact same game every year for full price. I wasn't even going to buy the new WRC game because I was assuming that it was going to be EA WRC 2023 and I wasn't going to buy it until 2025. But they actually decided to have yearly expansion packs instead. Which, wow, I think that's the first time any of the big publishers like EA or 2K ever regressed on that. If they had, if they had the opportunity to have a title that was yearly, maybe they didn't think enough people would buy it if it was yearly. And I know I wouldn't have bought it, even though I love the game and all my friends play it now. I still play Dirt Rally 2, but all my friends from Dirt Rally 2 are off. 99% of them are off playing the new EA Sports WRC game. I would not have bought it had it been a yearly title. I would have bought it in 25, which ironically is 25, and I still haven't played it because I haven't set up my new console yet. I'm still playing an Xbox One, which serves me fine. I can't afford to get the Xbox Series X. I've tried to save up for it, and every time I've tried to save up for it, something else came up, like I got to buy a new car or something that really was much more expensive. And now they're very expensive. We've had a lot of inflation in terms of electronic devices, the source of which I will not get into. And the Xbox Series X is a super powerful device, but I've got a Series S, an Xbox Series S that was it was a reconditioned one from a model that was going out of business. Yes, I kind of used the fender brakes on that guy. That's something you would do in an arcade game. I knew I was overcooking that turn, so I just kind of pushed them off. Okay, it's 7 of 9. Oops! Is this Road Rash or what? What game am I playing again? Good old Road Rash. I played many hours of Road Rash on the Sega Genesis. And no, the Sega Genesis is not my first video game system. My first video game system was a Magnavox Odyssey 2, which was much evolved over the Magnavox Odyssey, which I did not get an original one of. I found out that, there's a lot of contention about what the first video game was. Pong is kind of recognized as the first video game, commercial video game, but actually Space Wars came out the year before, and it was a coin-operated commercial video game cabinet. And I remember seeing Space Wars, but it was an updated model of Space Wars I was already a teenager by this time, in an arcade, or not in a oh, what do you call the indoor shopping arenas? Malls. In a mall, in the lobby of a movie theater that was attached to a mall. They had a mall entrance. I'm like, wow, this is a great game. But I didn't see the original one. I saw a remake, and I think Pong was already out by then. But by then, Pong was out in, like, you know, the pinball arcades and stuff, not just hanging out in pizza parlors and things like that. But then Pac-Man came out and really exploded it. Or not Pac-Man, Space Invaders. I gotta see how old Space Invaders is. Is Space Invaders over 50 years old? I mean, I think it was a big deal when Pong came out 50 years. Had been out for 50 years. Where am I? I'm not going to finish in first place or on the podium at all, in part because of this frickin' turn. It's lap 8. This is time when they should be slowing down and let me catch up, but I'm too far behind. They are not going to let me catch up to the lead pack at this point. It is the adaptive AI, so I have a chance if I drive really, really well these last 2 laps. But I don't think it's going to happen. Which means I'm very likely to lose my championship points lead. This is a very difficult turn. Very difficult turn. Let's try to accelerate through it just right. I'm not really paying attention. Anyway, yes, the Magnavox Odyssey 2 was really fun. You could play against the Magnavox Odyssey 1, I think you could only play against another person. The Odyssey 2, you could play against a computer thing, which was horrible. You might as well play against another person if that person, like, was a toddler who couldn't reach the controllers. But it was still a lot of fun. And since I didn't have any friends, it was the best system for me. And yes, Magnavox sued. I'm pretty sure it was Atari now. I could never remember. I'm pretty sure it was Atari that came out with Pong in the arcades. Magnavox sued them and won the patent infringement suit easily because they did completely overwork. They had the thing patented, and Atari basically just stole their patents and reverse engineered the home devices or something. Anyway. So yes, I had that, and then I got an Atari video game system back when that's what they were called, before they were called the Atari 2600s. Never had an Atari 5200. I kind of wish I had now, but I think before the 5200 came out, it already switched to the 8-bit Atari 400 computer, and that was my jam. The Atari 400 computer, and then I got accessories for it. It had a keyboard. It came with a keyboard. It was just like one piece of plastic, and you have to push down on the keys. Kind of hard. It didn't come with a real clicky keyboard. And then I got a clicky keyboard for it as a side. This is how I spent my allowance money or whatever at the time. I'm trying to remember how old I was at the time. I don't think I was working yet. But then I got a, maybe I was. Oh, I don't even remember this one. I must have been. Yeah, I must have been. Then I got a Atari 800 computer eventually, which did have a clicky keyboard. And the Atari 800 was comparable to the Commodore 64. Still an 8-bit computer, but more 64K of memory or something like the Commodore 64. I did not get a Commodore 64. I played with people that had Commodore 64s. I did have friends that had Commodores later. But then I got a Commodore 128 eventually. And I think I got the Commodore 128 before I got the Atari 1200, which was comparable, so I could play 1200 games. The nice thing about the 400 and 800 is they used cartridges. I got a floppy drive so I could play all the pirated games. Did I say that out loud? Go to the bulletin boards and download pirated versions of the games. But I actually learned how to program, had a career in programming, got a degree in programming, but actually learned how to program initially by programming on my, using the BASIC cartridge, the Atari BASIC cartridge on my, my Atari 400 computer. That was lots of fun. Okay, where did I finish? Not great. 5th. Oh, I'm still in the lead, but only by 7 points. That's getting closer. I did not beat Adrian Fernandez, or who I was supposed to beat, right? And my team is hanging in the 3rd, but I don't want to be on that team. I want to be on this team because they have green bikes. But I don't think I ever had a chance to be on that team. They haven't offered me a contract. Are we getting close? Finished at least 15th in the race. Okay, that's team objective. But I didn't get anything extra for beating, what's his name? Oh, I did. I passed. Oh, in the standings. Oh, see, I got to decide on these things. I hate these things. I know they're gamifying it, but the game I like to play is racing, not figuring out whether my reputation points are more important than my reputation points. Oh, this is just telling me, yes, I succeeded, but then it's going to give me the option. I got 3 reputation points for my team objective, upgraded, and I got, if I had failed, I would have only got 1 reputation points. Great. Whatever that means. Why are they telling me that? Is there a new objective then? Yes. Revolt, right underneath the big New Horizons of Glory. Revolt Cold Snipers team's new objective have galvanized our cage. Okay, being a rival that such as Jay Rita in a race would confirm the good form shown. So I guess that's my new objective, is to beat. All right. Before I do anything else, I have to check the new messages. I don't want anybody upset with me. Lower right corner there. You have 1 new message. It's the board. It's like Discord, I guess. Or like the YouTube community page that I'm hoping to set up. Vote in the poll. Look at the comments of any video I've published before the end of the year. The poll has been up through the months of November and December. Hopefully it's not yet November. I haven't got it up yet, but the poll will be up. Should be up there. And I keep forgetting to mention it because I have not posted it yet, because for me it's still the end of October, and for you guys it's already into November, possibly into December. I think it is in December. I got to take some time off. Let my YouTube videos catch up or fall back. Let's see. Arcade thinks twice before accusing others for causing accidents. These things are disgraceful. Oh, Arcade should think twice for accusing others for causing that. Oh, I accused them? I didn't mean to accuse you, brother. Maybe I was wrong to complain off the cuff, but your comment shed some light. It's a shame it ended up like this. Okay. Or I could do the arrogant one, which makes them dislike me. And there's no reason to make them dislike me. I don't see an advantage of that. The better reputation I have with teams, the more likely I am to be able to join their team. Anyway, this wall thing, I don't understand, nor do I care to understand this gamified portion of this. Okay, so my reputation's gone up. From orange to yellow, in fact. Nice. Okay, and I have to hit that button again to close it. Debriefing available, but I'm not going to go there right now because I'm going to look at my bike first. Ooh, my trend in the last 5 races hasn't been great. Well, I finished 8th, and I finished 1st, 2nd, 4th, and now 5th. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. Physical fitness went up. Don't need to customize. Championships 1-0, because this is my first championship. I got only 1 pole position. I've won only 2 races out of 17, but I have gotten 10 poles. Paddock. Now this is where I get to see who likes and who dislikes me. On-track behavior with your relationship. On-track behavior in your relationship with opponents will affect your chances to race for their teams. Yes. So I want to race for this team, but I'm not in great relationship with this team. I'm in good relationship with this team. Some of it also depends on what your relationship is like with their manufacturers as well, I think. I was offered already in mid-season a contract with a Moto2 team, but again, I want to try to win a championship at every level. I'm probably going to go ahead and do a second Moto3. Yeah, most, this is interesting. Somebody doesn't like me, negative, other guy has a good. Do I have anybody with an excellent relationship? I don't think I do. Maybe it's because I'm really bad and I fall off. Ooh, this person hates me. Oh, this guy really likes me. He's excellent with him. And negative with this guy. Performance, so I don't know. I don't care about most of these people. I don't understand how this affects my life other than what they say. See, it says, it tells me the status required. I have rookie status. I have pro status, so I could join their team. Is there anything that I think all of these I've accomplished as far as the Moto3. And this only lists the Moto3 teams. It doesn't list the Moto2 teams. Here I can see what my progress is. Oh, I've got I've got them all. I guess my last level up, I got to pro. So I could be given a contract with any of these. Although I don't recognize from the bike names which ones are. Some of these are Moto2, I think. Maybe they're all just Moto3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. 13, maybe they're all Moto3. Over here, it shows transfers for the different ones. You can select MotoGP, Moto2 transfer rumors. I don't know what this does for me either, to be quite honest. Anyway, all right, let's get the bike development going. Debriefing available. Now, looking at this grid, I picked handling a couple times. It was really poor, and now it's out there. I think I picked engine power, but it hasn't changed. So, and this should tell me what the manufacturer wants. Oh, and I have written down what the secret words are. Okay, the secret words are, if I want stability, I say corner, and if I want handling, I say change directions. So I don't want any more handling, that's for sure. Let's see, manufacturer's preference is engine power. Sure, I can work on that next. Yes, I want to continue with engine development. Yeah, because I don't want to do the frame. I want to stick with engine power until it goes up. And now, do I need the engine power, or do I need... Are you still issues with engine power? Let's say, okay. My main target is still engine power, I'd say. I think we should change direction, focus, improving the throttle control. Throttle control is... I don't have this on my list, because Engine power is obvious. That's engine power. Throttle control is controlled fuel delivery. That's obvious. But the difference between, they give you two choices. The categories are stability and handling, and they don't say, I think we should improve the stability or improve the handling. You have to know the code word for stability is cornering. I think I'm still struggling with cornering. That means stability. I'm still struggling with changing directions. That means handling. It's not obvious to me. Anyway, yes, power. I like to control the power still, because it hasn't improved yet. Right now we're focusing on improving the engine power. Should we continue in that direction? Why do you keep trying to change my mind? Now, does this mean they'll improve both? Now, if I say engine power now, will I get both? Or also work on the throttle control? Okay, I'll say throttle control, but if I don't get engine power now, I'm going to be upset. Do I get two areas then? We should have all the data we need to get to work. I'm always lost in these games. Okay, so it says engine power is my focus. Does that mean they're also going to do controlled fuel delivery, and then next time I'll give improvements to both? I have no idea. There's no way to really look that up, I don't think. All right, put my notes back. And I'm over 50 minutes, so I'm going to go back home and get ready to set up the next round. It's going to be, it is a Grand Prix, so it's going to be official practice. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a break here. Stick around, I'll be back in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekend at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, which is almost always midnight UK and almost never noon the next day in New Zealand. But it is plus or minus an hour, depending on the time of year, thanks to daylight savings time. And thanks to all of you for watching. Twitch, once again, stick around. YouTube, next episode, I will see you then.